Welcome to Ellis B. Feaster's Radio Air Check and Classic TV channel.
The team was on a 7-game losing streak, so the co-captains of a high school basketball team suggested having post-game prayers.
Where was this?
Sacramento, California. Bet you know what's coming next. Members of Americans United for Separation of Church and State threatened to sue.
Well, what state is it?
Well, yeah, but I mean, we have that here. We have our own idiots. We don't have to import them from California.
What do you mean by that, Bob?
Yeah, well.
Maybe we should pray before this show every morning.
Tom and I do. Thank you, Lord, for this opportunity. Blah, 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 whatever. I can't imagine a researcher calling or knocking on the...
Yeah,
Say,
who cares?
Pardon me, how much y'all doing in there?
Well, and here's...
And are you liking it or what?
Better to do.
People will lie about that.
Oh, yeah.
You wonder how...
Excuse me, Tom. I've never lied.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's good.
Okay, fine.
Oh, Mr. Sun will shine on us again when the mighty clouds adore rolling in.
All the way over to Rome, where Bob Collins is on vacation. Hey, Bob.
Buongiorno, you all.
Easy for you to say.
How are you, Bob? Mad about town?
Well, I don't know. There are a lot of screaming, crazy people here on motor scooters. It's a fascinating place.
And you want your Harley desperately.
And I do. I want to mow them all down. That's right.
You're going to sit out there and go, row, row, row.
But now, do they drive their Harleys on the wrong side of the street over there?
They drive them anywhere they want to. Doesn't matter.
Sidewalk, doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, you always have to be looking over your shoulder at somebody on a Vespa. Beep, beep, you know.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing there?
Good.
Good. What time is it there?
It is 8:35 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. That's late for you.
Well, I'm an old fella. I got to slow down.
No, so you're just ready to board the tour bus, right?
No, we have done the touring. We have been to Salerno and to Pompeii and to Napoli and to Florence and my God, Siena. We've been everywhere.
Are you taking pictures too?
Of course not.
Oh.
What is it, take pictures? What? It's an old building. It's the ruin from 2000. Looks like the other one. It's like looking at basilicas. You know, you see one, you've pretty much seen them.
Well, I would be willing to let you bore me, but never mind.
I know you're going to really hate this, but my other line is ringing.
Oh, you were kidding.
Sorry.
It is ringing.
Yeah.
Have your people pick up that phone, please.
My people are in the shower, I think.
Oh, no. Do you need to grab that?
Well, no, go ahead. That's all right. Tell them. They can take a joke. Went to an audience yesterday with the Pope. I mean, It wasn't a private. No, it's like 7,000 of us. I mean, it was out in the arena or whatever you call that area outside. Mm-hmm. But the man is old and frail. He sat out in the hot weather, and I mean, it's in the high 80s here, but at least it's humid. Sat out there for like 2.5 hours.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was just amazing.
I bet I'm just imagining that the crowd kind of adds to the electricity of the man being up there.
It's truly exciting. It really is exciting. Everybody, El Papa or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Everybody.
You don't want to be struck by lightning in Rome. Come on.
Well, I'm curious. Okay. When he does that kind of a thing, is there a lot of security around him?
Oh, yeah. You want to? I'll tell you where security. Yeah, there's security around. A lot of there are all kinds of policemen here. There's the Calabrese, and I'm sure I'm not saying it right, military police, and then the Polizia, the regular police, and then there's the Swiss Guard at the Vatican, and they're all over the place. But here's a strange thing: the King of Saudi Arabia was staying at this hotel for 3 days. Mm-hmm. You talk about security. They had guys. I swear to you, I'm not exaggerating. They must have had 70 people. All up and down the street, each of them speaking into their sleeve like Secret Service, and all of them with a very obvious gun bulge either under their armpit or on their hip. I mean, it was real security, and they were like Secret Service. If you ever dealt with them, they had no sense of humor at all.
Yeah. Now, have you been to Rome before?
I've been to Rome like overnight. I've never spent any time here. This is the first time I've ever really seen Rome. I've been through here, that's all.
Is it what you expected?
Yeah, and perhaps even better. I really find it I mean, after a while, I know it sounds silly, but after you've looked at one run, after a while, they kind of take on somewhat of a sameness.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I found it very interesting, and I found the people very nice. Food is wonderful.
Is it?
Oh, my gosh! And everywhere you turn, there's a better plate. It's just amazing.
Whoa.
Well,
So it's been good.
speaking of food, one bit of advice: be kind of careful with your credit card. True story, and I don't say this to scare you. My brother, who is used to be a teacher, now he is a travel agent. He's over in Rome and in various places several times a year.
Like he was in
I don't know
Rome.
he was a travel agent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Why did I book through him, for God's sake?
Well,
Seriously, I didn't know. I thought he was still teaching.
Oh, he's loving this. This is a whole new world for him.
but he had a horrible experience. He was over in Rome, as a matter of fact. They went to this one restaurant. This is where they kind of traced it down to. He gets back home, and all of a sudden, there's about $20,000 on his credit card that he didn't put there.
Right, fur coats and jewels and amazing
they
stuff.
traced it down to apparently while he was at this one restaurant, someone at the restaurant, when he had used his credit card, they got the number and they proceeded
that
to
could
use
happen
that
to you.
in any place. Yeah.
That could happen in Plant City, Florida.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I don't have to worry about it because I lifted your card before I came.
Okay, fine.
What are friends for, right, Bob?
Yeah, right. And by the way, this is on my nickel, so see you around.
Okay.
Bye, Bob.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Be careful. Bye-bye.
Ah, the wonderful theme song, How Long Has It Been? Ladies and gentlemen, to the south side of Milwaukee, ain't a hay, where the streetcar bends the corner around, it is Fern Quimby Melrose, our lovely lady of charm. Fern, baby.
Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
Well, Fern, I can see that you are still in the same voice.
Well, see, I'm a little let down this morning because I noticed you ain't had no Christmas music there with your eggnog, your big party.
We've been so busy noggin, Lady of Charm, that we haven't had time to sing, but that'll probably happen later.
Well, over here at Ma Grogan's Single Girls Retreat
And Party Store, yeah.
We was going to have a big production number, and Bambi Wisniewski was going to sing harmony with me on that. Don't you love the classics like that?
You know, that's really one of the big parts of the holiday season.
But me and Bambi's having a little feud again.
Oh, Lady of Charm, I'm so sorry. What now?
See, I drawed her name in the annual Christmas tree gift draw, and she's mad at me because last year I got her name, and, I asked for a hint. She said she wanted software, and I got her a fuzzy robe and some of them pink curlers, and she's been mad.
What would you consider a hardware? Combat boots?
That's about it.
Yeah.
But we do have the party set up going here. We got a big yogurt sculpture of Mistletoe Bear and the Grinch right in the middle of the room here.
A big yogurt sculpture, do you?
Yes. And little oatmeal cookies, shaped like Wilford Brimley.
Well, some things are traditional, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, I've wondered, Lady of Charm, now, a couple of years ago, I remember you talked about you were coming out with a special Fern Quimby Melrose Lady of Charm Christmas doll. I wonder if you have a special Christmas gift for this year.
We do. See, there are a couple of ones that we can't choose from. They're kind of running neck and neck.
Uh-huh.
There's the George Bush doll.
The George Bush doll.
You don't talk, you just read its lips.
Yes, and...
and it comes with 1,000 points of light.
I understand
little
that.
Italian bulbs, make you want Simone.
That's real nice,
and
yeah.
Finally, the biggie, I think, is going to be the Jimmy Swaggart doll. You just prop it up and it watches you play with Barbie.
Well, again, another wonderful holiday happening from Fern Quimby Melrose, the Lady of Charm. Merry Christmas.
Good night. Let's hear it for the mistletoe.
Yeah. Thank you, Lady of Charm. The Jimmy Swaggart doll just sits there and watches while you play with Barbie. Now, if you will, seriously, record those promos so Lauren will get off my back. I'm sick of her calling saying, please ask Dick to record these. Well, please.
We doing this on the air?
Yeah, we're going to do it on the air. Sure, punch it, big time.
Okay, bring it from within.
That's right.
Coaches,
as
acting
they
coaches
say in acting. Yes, that's right. Let me give you your motivation. How about a paycheck? That's always good motivation. Well, motivated me.
All right, this is Butkus. Listen up. When I'm doing the Bears game with Larry V. Arkush and that little guy, Fensick,
Dick, you sound like a wussy. Get in there and punch, man. Let's make it tough. Old number 51. Get mean. Okay. Damn it, I'm Butkus.
All right, this is Butkus. Listen up. When I'm doing the Bears game with Larry V. Arkush and that little guy, Fensick, I want you to turn down your TV and turn up your radio. Got it? Good.
Yeah. I like
Something
that.
like that?
That's good. Yeah, now try that second one.
What's this other one?
Revert to your normal
Well, I'm gonna
style.
tell you what,
Revert to your normal nasty
I'm gonna
attitude.
tell all those kids that are thinking about growing up to be football players, turn around, be a writer.
Yeah. Do something with your life.
Yeah. All right, is this the same motivation?
I think so. Me,
Okay,
yeah.
This is Butkus. Here's the play. You can watch the Bears game on the tube, but you're going to turn down the sound and turn it up on WGN if you know what's good for you.
I'll rip your face right off. Try that
It's
again.
the first read.
Yeah, a little better, a little better.
Usually they
more
give you
punch.
about 5 takes
let
to do
him
this.
practice,
I
Bob.
gotta coach Roger with the weather like this all the time. You know, come on.
Yo, you were sitting up here, it's 4 o'clock in the morning going all over this stuff, and then you hand me this thing.
Come on, you're a pro, man. Go for it.
All right, this is Butkus. Here's the play. Now, you can watch the Bears game on the tube, but you're going to turn down the sound and turn it up on WGN if you know what's good for you.
Yeah.
All
right. Yeah. Mr. Butkus, I'll see you at the next game.
Years and years
partner.
of experience.
Yeah, that's good seeing you.
Okay, man, thanks a lot.
I'm really surprised you talked to him that way.
What?
Yeah, because I hear what he says when I leave.
Say,
I listen.
The very best things about it.
Chicago Bears, we're going all the way to the Super Bowl. That is our goal. Let's cheer, hooray, hooray! Chicago Bears, the team from our hometown. So raise your hands and cheer together. Bears are number one. So raise your hands and cheer together. Bears are number one.
Morning, Coach.
Hi, Bob. How are you?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Good.
Every morning, every week at this time, we always start trying to figure out what to ask you, what's on your mind, how to. Instead of that, why don't you just tell me what you think, Mike? How you feeling? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I mean, it's not easy. It's hard. You know, it seems like that when they have the right play call, we're in the wrong defense, and we have the wrong play call, they're in the right defense. You know, just a lot of things are happening. Then we get ourselves in a position where we can't win it, and we can't make the plays, and it's just one thing after another. It's and the guys tried. They really did. They played hard. They tried. We'll try to get better. We'll keep working at it, and that's all we can do.
Yeah, I guess I meant more on a personal level. Are you okay? There's a picture of, as you know, in the Tribune this morning of you shaking your fist at, I guess, a fan or some fans or something.
Well, the Tribune is full of crap, and let's face it, if that's the most important thing, fine. Let them do what they want to do. Let the media do what they want to do. Let the Tribune do, the Sun-Times. If those people are the pillars of what this society is all about, bull. So that's my feeling exactly. At least we've made somebody happy. That's the malcontents and the lousy people in the media.
Yeah, I can't speak for all those people, of course, but I can tell you that I flew back with a plane load of people last night who are genuinely concerned. They're not angry. They're not angry at you. They're not angry at Mike.
Well, if they're angry at me, that's fine.
No.
I
said
fine.
they're not.
I want them to be angry at me. Let them be angry at me. That doesn't bother me.
They're not
Who the hell are they to be angry at anybody?
What I was trying to say, Mike, is they're not angry at you or Mike McCaskey or anybody else. They're genuinely concerned because they think the team has fallen apart.
You can make all you want out of it. You want to make me the scapegoat? Go ahead. I missed the field goal then. That'll make it easier for you. That'll answer your question. That'll give you something to write about and talk about for the rest of this week.
Mike, there's no need getting mad at us. We're not.
I am mad at you because I think what he's trying to do is wrong.
Well, no,
He's trying to blame a missed field goal on hauling a guy for kicking the ball out of bounds. And that's silly. If you can't kick the ball in the ball of field, in the play of field, you shouldn't be able to kick off, period. Now, what else you want to know?
What are you going to do next week?
We're going to try to win.
Okay. Lots of luck.
Vikings coming on a blitz. McMahon back to throw. Throws it deep down the middle. Willie goes. His arms down. Makes the over the shoulder. Gets to the 30, to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown!
All right. You know how he was able to throw that pass? Because Walter Payton blocked Scott Dudwell coming in. Just put him right on his butt.
Dave said earlier this morning that Walter quite often said you can't count on tomorrow, so do it right today. And he was exactly right. Only 45 years old, a very, very young man, but a very special guy.
One of the smartest, most fun, mischievous people you could ever want to be around.
I got a picture on the wall in my office of Walter pulling Matsui's pants down. He loved that kind of thing. He just loved that kind of thing.
The losses are coming with more frequency this season for the Green Bay Packers.
Could you move on to something else?
It's ugly when it gets.
Isn't there something else?
I have a hunch we're going to hear that a few times, just once or twice this morning.
You know what? Seriously, what's happened to the Packers?
They're still 6-3, Bob. They're not in awful shape, but clearly this is not the team they have been the last 2 years.
Bears are in awful shape. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, the Curtis Enos situation, the Bears are preparing for life without Enos. Edgar Bennett replaces Enos in the Bears starting lineup, and the Bears will give a tryout today to former Ohio State Buckeyes star Pepe Pearson.
Who?
Pepe Pearson. Terrific tailback for the Buckeyes.
Of course he
Years
is.
ago, he's been on a couple of practice squads.
Yeah, of course he is. Okay.
What's funny about Pepe Pearson,
Absolutely
Bob?
nothing at all. Okay.
Bear down, Chicago Bears. Make every play pave the way to victory.
We've heard reports from Punxsutawney Phil and Woodstock Warren and various other...
Are you going to a groundhog party or something, Bob? You're schnazzed up all of a
actually,
sudden.
I am going
Bernie.
I'm going to a groundhog party in Toronto, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Swersk.
Bob.
Charlie.
How you doing, Bob?
Chuck Swirsky is on the line from Toronto. How are you, buddy?
Well, actually, you know what? I'm on a plane as we speak.
Where are you now?
We're off to San Antonio.
Here's the important question. Before you got on the airplane, did you walk outside any this morning in Toronto?
As a matter of fact, I did, Bob. And
we've all been waiting. Did you see your shadow or not?
I've got some terrible news for you.
What?
I saw my shadow.
So 6 more weeks of winter.
Yes. I know it's very difficult.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yes.
Do you still have the Mr. Peanut costume?
Can I make a confession?
Yeah.
It's in my closet.
Of course it is. Well, sure. Chuck Swirsky on a plane from Toronto to San Antonio. He's the voice of the, what is the team up there, the Toronto Raptors? Yeah. That's
Rafters.
Right. No, not Rafters, Raptors.
I thought they were named after those beams in the ceiling.
No, nor on those little wooden things that float down the river.
So like a velociraptor.
One of those guys that stood on the street corner and made that irritating Cadence music stuff. No, it's not it either.
That's a rapper.
Well, type question, Tom, and since you are the most technically impaired person I know, I thought maybe you'd like to try to go with this.
Yeah, you've come to the right guy.
Hi, Di.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, I'm not too good.
What is your problem?
Well, I want you to hear this noise. Do you hear it?
Oh, yeah, sure do.
Do you?
Yeah, what is that?
I got woken up this morning with it's in my VCR.
Your VCR?
Yes. And we have no clue. I turned the power off and everything, and it's still going. And I can't find my book on it.
Did you, is there a tape in it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Take the tape out.
Yeah, take the tape out.
Yeah, but
I'm serious.
No, seriously, take the tape out.
Try that.
Go ahead, take the tape. We'll wait.
Eject the tape.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like an alarm clock.
I know. And there's no alarm on this that I know of.
Is the tape out?
The tape's out.
Still doing it.
Uh-huh.
Well, Sledgehammer comes to mind.
Pardon me?
Sledgehammer. You know what? Unplug the Hummer.
I did? Oh,
unplug it. Not turn it off. Unplug it.
Unplug it.
Okay.
And then plug it back in.
Yeah.
It's just I got to kind of crawl under here to get it.
Oh, my goodness.
Your foot's not in a bucket of water or anything, is it?
No.
Okay. Well,
my husband's already put my head in one.
Well, why you? It's not your fault, is it, or is it?
I unplugged it.
Yeah.
Oh, it can't still be beeping with no power going into it.
I swear it is.
You unplugged it and it's still beeping?
Yes.
You unplugged the wrong thing.
No, I didn't. Oh, yes, I must have.
Yes, you did.
You had to.
Hey, Brian.
Brian, you idiot.
Brian.
Get over there. Brian.
They're hollering at you.
Come on, chip in, Brian. For
Brian had
God's
the wrong
sakes.
cord.
Poor Diana's over there crawling in the...
No. I'm sorry. It is unplugged, but the TV's still on. That's what I'm looking at. The TV's still on. But
well, where's the noise coming from specifically?
It's coming from... Where's this noise coming from, Rick?
Unplug the whole thing.
Go to the fuse box in your home.
You know what? I'll hold it. I'll bet you Pete has the right idea. I bet you... Whoop.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
You got it.
Somehow things are not going real well at Diane Brian's
I have
place.
to tell you something.
Yeah? What?
No, I'm totally embarrassed.
Yeah?
I have unplugged it. We've been up here for 20 minutes
Yeah?
trying to unplug this sucker.
Yeah.
And you know what it is?
What?
Yeah, there's a clock right above it.
Well, that's what it sounded like, an alarm clock.
I know, it sounds like a clock alarm, alarm clock.
Diane.
Now, turn the alarm off.
He just did. I have never used this clock. The
Diane.
ladies were here yesterday.
Are you all right, Diane?
No, it's right above. I believe it.
Yeah, right. Okay, Diane, let her rip.
Let her rip. Listen. Good morning.
Hey, another technical problem solved. Okay.
Listen, I could have done it without you.
We'll continue with Remembering Bob after a short break.
Glad we could help.
Chicago's News and Talk, Radio 720, WGN.
WGN Radio, Chicago. This is the Bob Collins Show. Uncle Bobby is listening from a different place today.
Portland lunches and dinners 7 days a week at Rex's Cork and Fork in St. Charles.
Why do you suppose he said them in that order?
Rex's Cork and Fork is a casual dining experience.
You'll never make it.
In an atmosphere accented by a decor of very warm, natural elegance. For over 25 years, Rex...
Why are you even trying?
You read it.
Oh, no.
You read it.
No.
For over 25 years now, let me wipe my eyes. Okay, big time. For over 25 years, Rex has had his meats delivered fresh daily, assuring you they never see the freezer. Rex's Cork and Fork at 317 Main Street. That's Route 64 in St. Charles. Rex's Cork and Fork, where dining is an affair. 726, Radio 720, WGN, Chicago.
A typical day for Bob Collins, waking up an audience of thousands.
So it's still cold outside. It's 12 degrees officially, here.
Whether it was politics.
She called somebody and said, all right, time to belly up with the $10,000. Come on, buckaroo, get it up here.
Right.
Tell me one politician in the world who hadn't made a similar phone call.
Or his love for animals.
Let's talk about Terry Anderson, her 2 huskies, and the Animal Welfare League.
Collins touched on many of his hot-button issues on Tuesday. He could be informal.
Patchy Dinsper. Pardon me.
And he could wax eloquent.
Some things I have learned as I aged. Age 6. I've learned that I like my teacher because she cries when we sing Silent Night. Age 7. I've learned that you can't hide a piece of broccoli in a glass of milk. Age 9. I've learned that when I wave to people in the country, they stop what they're doing and wave back. Age 13, I've learned that just when I get my room the way I want it, Mom makes me clean it up. Age 14, I've learned that if you want to cheer yourself up, you should try cheering somebody else up. Age 15, I've learned that although it's hard to admit, I secretly am glad my parents are strict with me. Age 24, I've learned that silent company is often more healing than words or advice. Age 26, I've learned that brushing my child's hair is one of life's great pleasures. Age 29, I've learned that wherever I go, the world's worst drivers follow me there.
Actually boxed and labeled Maynard's Ufta Cube.
Yeah. Maybe you would like to explain to the boys and girls that are not into the Norwegian culture, Ludfisk and Lefse and stuff like that, what Ufta means.
Well, Ufta means whatever you want it to mean. Things you can say on the air when you're happy, things you can't say on the air when you're not. So it means a lot of things.
It's time to clean up our act.
But it says the Ufta Cube was created by a Norwegian to be enjoyed by Norwegians and all that wish they were and those who aren't are glad that they aren't. And now, I have something for you.
Oh, well,
but I have to go out and get this animal.
Wait a minute. Hold it.
Well, yesterday Max started the farm department presents to
Well, he did give us the Earl Butts song, which we never received before.
And the sign.
Yeah,
now, we started out with the frivolous things, but now comes the serious, useful kind of thing that I bought because of your present condition. I mean, you hurt yourself, and you've been rather limping around.
You brought me a cane and some crutches.
Jim can also use it if he gets into this. So will you wait till I lead it in?
Sure. I'm still worried about Roger.
He leads it in?
Okay. Did you say lead it in?
He said lead it in.
Oh, I don't want to hear. No. What? It's a shillelagh or something like that.
I just decorated it a little bit. But
it's a walking stick.
It is indeed a walking stick. And I think we probably can't describe this on the air, but Jim, if you want to read it to yourself.
Join the ecology movement, recycle natural resources. A little sign on this. It's a lovely
sure you can read this.
Walking stick. Well, go ahead and read it then.
No, I want you to get a little closer to it.
No. Wait a minute.
I'm going to get out of here now because
it's a walking stick from International Biologics, Inc.
That's right, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
International Biologics.
Just fondle it, Bob.
It's a nice walking stick. It looks.
That's right, Bob.
It's very sturdy, Bob.
It's strong.
Hey, Bob, you like that?
That's a nice walking stick.
Yeah, looks good on you, Bob.
I'm being set up here. I know.
Here, Bob. Read that right there. That little silver tag there. Read that, Bob.
It says.
No, careful,
Go ahead,
Bob.
Believe it or not, this is made from the reproductive organ of the bull. Jim, hold this way. This is a bull. Wow!
It's very agricultural, Bob. You'll notice that I wanted to get you a golf putter.
Yeah, the way I putt.
The way you putt. But
is that right? This is the reproductive organ of the bull?
Would this be a good time to say whoop-da?
Whoop-da.
But you notice they do make lots of items there.
The company is called Bully for You.
Oh, no, it's International Biogenics up in Minnesota.
Is that really true?
Really true, yeah.
You not put me on?
No, not at all.
I have a walking stick that's a reproductive organ from a bull. Orion,
yes.
I thought when... where's our Jerry Clowers record? I thought when Max, a couple of years ago, gave me the bag bomb for my birthday, that perhaps that was the epitome, or as they say in France, the creme de la creme, or the piece de resistance. But to have a walking stick, John, to have a walking stick made out of the...
yes, I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, you have been walking rather slowly, and so I just
think
felt
this is going to help, Orion?
that you may need something to lean on.
Let me ask you a question.
I may not answer it, Bob. I'm leaving.
Being as scientific as we can, how do I ask this?
How do you ask that question?
Yeah.
Don't, because I'm not going to answer it.
Can this, in fact, be used as a walking stick? They must process it somehow.
Yes.
I don't know how.
No, it is processed.
But it's very sturdy. I mean, I thought it was wood. I mean, it's as strong as wood.
Absolutely.
Here, let's... That you, Wilt? Sorry.
Ooh, and there's 3.5 more hours to go.
Thank you, Orion. I had a wonderful time.
Yes. All right, Uncle Bobby.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Baby, don't you want to go?
Age 39. I've learned that if somebody says something unkind about me, I must live so that no one will believe it. Age 41, I've learned that there are people who love you dearly but just don't know how to say it.
Take the land of California, my sweet home, Chicago.
Age 44, I've learned that you can make somebody's day simply by sending them a little card. Dear Bob, my wife and I just spent a few days in Northern Illinois, listened to WGN, enjoyed the station. However, we cannot say the same for the hospitality of Illinois. Does everyone in that state have a scowl on their face? Bill and Sharon Johnston from Norman, Oklahoma. No, Bill, Sharon, we're nice people. We don't scowl all the time, except maybe when people from Oklahoma get in front of us and go, below the 93 miles an hour that we like to drive.
Yeah. He was Chicago, and the spirit of Bob and GN will go on forever.
Attention. It's February. We got a WCI, which is the wind chill index, and a TC. What's a TC? Hey, Dick, what's a TC? Tough what?
Celsius.
Oh, temperature Celsius.
Remember, we used to give the temperature in both Fahrenheit and Celsius here.
I know, and we got memos saying it's February. I remember those days, sure. Temperature Celsius. Well, who gives a rat's about that? Come on. Would you really want to go watch a golf tournament? Just about the time he starts that swing, don't you want to, boo!
Yeah.
We volunteered to drive the beer cart at the Spike Odell golf tournament, and were summarily turned down, I might add.
We don't have the right equipment, I don't think.
Well, I did mention I would wear a short skirt and a garter. I don't.
That's nice.
Yeah, okay. No matter what you think of Jesse Jackson, he brought our 3 boys home, and how can you not love a guy like that?
Those on the football team whose uniforms are clean didn't play in the game.
But still, Bill Clinton didn't want you to go.
Misguided missiles, quote-unquote, mistakes are guiding the agenda.
Wait. Are you saying there is, in fact, a diplomatic solution available?
Absolutely. Our purpose is moral, but our tactics ain't working.
You can see that smoke for miles.
You'll also be at Morris this weekend with the...
That's Morris. Morris, Illinois.
What did I say?
You said Morris. Morris, Illinois. There is no R in Morris.
Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. Max Armstrong will be at Morris, Illinois.
That's right.
It is an M-A-H-R-I.
Hey, hold this, would you?
Well,
do me a favor.
Hey, we're number 1 again. Amazing.
I just come in here to spend a few hours with some friends. I don't come in here to take the pipe from you guys every morning. You know?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
It's like a big orange. It's horrible.
Oh, God. Hey, okay.
We'll be in Mars.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mary VD with all the traffic.
How many years have you been out of the South, Bob?
I've been out of the South a long time, Max.
You would have thought, being a professional pronouncer.
No. No, let's
it's
back
announcer,
up.
not pronouncer.
Let's back up right there and deal with that term, professional pronouncer.
I would have thought that this would have been left behind.
Max will be in Morris, Illinois, with his 2 lousy tractors that he stole from his dad for short bucks.
Now.
Yeah, Daddy, I tell you what, you give me $500, I'll haul this piece of trash off for you.
Better watch it. He's not going to give you one of his new little toys.
Oh, yeah, I got pictures of the Christmas party. I got those toys, many as I want.
Yes, sir, the whole truckload.
Because of mine.
Age 46, I've learned that the greater a person's sense of guilt, the greater his need to cast blame on others. Age 47, I've learned that children and grandparents are natural allies. They're starting to put people off of airplanes. When they come across from Europe or something, they land at Bangor and put the person off the airplane into the arms of the law because there's so much air rage. Yeah.
They should just open the door.
Kick them.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I would support? I would seriously support no drinking in airplanes.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, Tom, I didn't mean to see.
Hold it.
You can take the boy out of Wisconsin.
What about all the responsible people who like to have a cocktail?
Yeah.
No, that's not fair.
Tom, who said life was fair?
Well, it wasn't me.
I once was lost in sin, but Jesus took me in, and then a light from heaven filled my soul.
Age 49. I've learned that singing Amazing Grace can lift my spirit for hours. Age 50. I've learned that the motel mattresses are better on the side away from the phone. Age 51. I've learned that you can tell a lot about a man by the way he handles these 3 things: a rainy day, lost luggage, and tangled Christmas tree lights. Age 52. I've learned that keeping a vegetable garden is worth a whole medicine cabinet full of pills. Age 53. I've learned that regardless of your relationship with your parents, you miss them terribly after they died.
How are you, Uncle Bob?
All right, how are you? There are a lot of people, and I have to admit that I'm one of them, that think work's good for you. You know, I really do. I think it's good to work. You know, if somebody gave me $10 million tonight, I wouldn't be out of here lying on the beach.
I would.
Well,
Dick.
Let me think about this. Yeah. No, really. No, really.
You'd be in Arizona. You wouldn't be on a beach.
No, I don't think so. I really don't think so.
You'd get bored.
I had the opportunity to do that very thing here a few months ago when the contract was up and chose not to.
You'd miss us, so.
Yeah, I would. I would miss doing this. This is not like, if I had a job I didn't like, it would be a different story. If I was unloading a truck or sitting in an office adding up columns and numbers, I would certainly think of it. But this isn't like work. This is getting together with your buddies and talking about fun things, neat stuff. Age 58, I've learned that making a living is not the same thing as making a life. Age 61, I've learned that if you want to do something positive for your children, try improving your marriage. Age 62, I've learned that life sometimes gives you a second chance. Age 64, I've learned that if you pursue happiness, it will elude you. But if you focus on your family, the needs of others, your work, and meeting new people, and doing the very best you can, happiness will in fact find you. Age 66, I've learned that whenever I decide something with kindness, I almost always make the right decision. Age 72, I've learned that everybody can use a prayer. Age 73, I've learned to believe in miracles. And to tell you the truth, I've seen a few. Age 82, I've learned that even if I have pains, I don't have to be one. Age 85, I've learned that every day you should reach out and touch someone. People love the human touch. Holding hands, a warm hug, or a friendly pat on the back, it's all wonderful. And age 92, I've learned that I still have a lot to learn. About this history.
Good morning, Bob.
Then what's it? Good morning, y'all. Yeah, buddy. We're Chicago's News and Talk, Radio 720 WGN.